All right, guys, this is the Badland Apex winch that I'm trying to get installed on this carry thing. And a couple things, the way that they got these bolts. I mean, if the engineers are smart, they would just put these bolts sticking all the way through, already threaded in there. That way, you just drop it right through the holes, and then tighten up the bolts on the bottom. But no, they've got these little square bolts that you got to kind of insert into the side. And if you do insert the bolts first in the side, I put some black electrical tape there to try to hold them in place. But once in a while, that as you're fooling around with this thing, they can come out. And so my suggestion is get one of these magnetic holders, and then a little hook like this, so that way you can kind of get it in place and then slide it back into the into the position with the hook. The other thing that I found that was going to be pretty useful with installing this is these Harbor Freight punches. That way you can kind of get two sides. You use this thing to kind of center the bolt and center center all the metal holes, and like a spud wrench, and then insert a strip down bolt first, and later on go back and put your lock washers and washers on it, just so you're not fighting them when you're tightening it up. And then you could probably tilt it back, but the whole thing is kind of a rat trap. You don't want to get your fingers in there. And so I just thought I'd tell you some of the tools that I used. If you have a vehicle lift or some kind of lift, like a forklift, to lift this thing up to where you can kind of work under it, or you got two strong guys to kind of lift it up while you're finagle with the bolts under, it's not going to be too bad of a problem. But I think they could have engineered it a lot better, to make it easier with the bolts sticking down. That way you didn't have to fool with all this stuff. But anyway, that's part one of this install. And my idea, I don't want to modify my gooseneck trailer quite yet to put this on. So I'm going to use this receiver hitch from a car. A friend gifted it to me. And I'll wrap a chain around it and then put it around the pipe spools, and then just kind of use that to, bolt this winch, with this, connect up the winch with normally onto this, and the pipe spools and the chain will hold this on the trailer. I'll just wrap the chain around a couple times, and then use some load binders on the side. If I need to use two chains, I'll use two chains. That way I can kind of get a feel, because it's a tilt deck trailer. And I can move it around on the tilt section or the base section until I have more time to kind of modify the trailer the way I need it. But it's a PJ trailer, and this thing's 11 inches tall, and the way they had the some of the other stuff that this would not fit between some of the other parts underneath the gooseneck hitch, so I'd have to mount it up top. Just became a big mess. So I said, I got to get this thing done. I got to get this, so this is how I'm going to rig it up for right now until I get something better. But anyway, that's all I got.